Hey, this is Stu Schaefer, and I'm about to explain what the heck is menopause belly, why does it happen, how do you fix it? It's not what you think. So let's dive right in. We're going to explain why it happens and 4 easy things to do to fix it. So first of all, everything I'm about to tell you is been tested in the field with thousands of women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And of course their 30s, but that has nothing to do with menopause. What I'm about to tell you works. It's not theory, it's been tested in the field. I know exactly what's happening. I don't care if you listen to me or not, it doesn't affect me. I'm just giving you the information to try to help you. The amount of people that try to disagree and argue with me is just funny to me because this is what's actually working. It works every time. It doesn't affect me whether or not you do it. I'm giving you the formula of what actually works, okay? So what is menopause belly? Well, it's not hormonal. There's an asterisk there because obviously certain hormones are involved, but it's not the hormones you think. What it is really is not the hormones you think. So it's not your estrogen and progesterone, and it's not your testosterone and pregnenolone, okay? A lot of women and even some doctors will say, oh, menopause belly, it happens in menopause because your hormones shift. And that's not the root cause. We're going to talk about the root cause. We're going to talk about why it happens or why it manifests in menopause. Well, let's look at what menopause belly actually is. Menopause belly is when you get fat deposits around your belly because of high cortisol levels. That's what it is in a nutshell. Now, what happens is with the cortisol, there's a couple of main reasons it causes belly fat. And it causes the belly fat kind of on top, which is called subcutaneous body fat. But it also causes belly fat below, which is called visceral belly fat, which you don't want. This is a very dangerous type of body fat. 2 things happen when your cortisol goes up. Multiple things happen, but 2 things cause fat storage when your cortisol goes up. One is it causes your insulin to increase. So this can cause more fat storage. This is why a lot of times women will do low carb diets, but their A1C will go up. Their blood sugar will go up. And it's because the low carb diet is stressful. And so their cortisol goes up, which causes their insulin to go up, and it wreaks havoc with their blood sugar. So that's number 1. Number 2, the fat cells in your belly have certain receptors that are very sensitive to cortisol. So high levels of cortisol cause the fat to actually get deposited around the belly. This is problematic, obviously. So now, what about the other hormones in menopause? Don't those play a role? Well, it's kind of like people have got the cause and effect backwards. It's not because your hormones have shifted in menopause that cause the belly fat. It's because of the cortisol that you get the belly fat, and also the cortisol causes your hormones to be disrupted during menopause. So the root cause of the hormones and the belly fat is cortisol. That's the root cause. And so if you try to balance your hormones, but you haven't fixed the stress and cortisol, it's not going to matter. You're not going to lose weight. You're still going to store belly fat. Now, I've seen this a lot with my own clients. What will happen is they're cruising. They're losing weight. They're doing fantastic. Maybe they have trauma. Maybe they have extra emotional stress for whatever reason. Or they're extra busy. They've taken on more things in their life, bitten off a little bit more than they can chew. And so all of a sudden their weight loss will stop, or they'll start gaining weight, and specifically around the stomach. It's not that they've changed their nutrition or their exercise. There's nothing wrong with their body. What's happened is unknown to them because it's invisible. Their stress went way up, their cortisol went way up, and this is causing the menopause belly. That's what happens. So that is menopause belly, and that is what causes it. Now, we're going to go over the 4 ways to fix it. And these are very simple. So let's start with the first way. The first way to fix it is you've got to get the right food, more importantly, enough food, and hydration, okay? Most women undereat. If you undereat, that's stressful. that causes your cortisol to go up. If you're doing something like 1 meal a day or intermittent fasting, that's stressful. That causes your cortisol to go up. If you cut carbs, that's stressful. That causes cortisol to go up. So if someone's doing a low carb diet, or they're fasting, or both, or they're not eating enough, they're doing the calorie restriction, that is all going to cause your cortisol to go up, which is why a lot of women will experience this menopause belly, even though they're exercising, they're eating healthy, they're eating less, they're tracking their calories, they might be doing keto or fasting, and it's very perplexing to them. It's confusing. This is what's happening. Similarly, if you're dehydrated, that will also cause your cortisol to go up. And right now, there's a lot of people online saying, oh, you shouldn't drink that much. You're diluting your stomach acid. You're diluting your electrolytes. And that's not true either. You should be getting somewhere around 100 ounces of water per day to stay hydrated. And if you're not, and if you've decreased the water because you've heard some of these things, that can be stressful. So that's the first thing you want to fix. You've got to eat enough. Now, you want to be eating the right food at the right time in the right combination, which will cause the right chemical reactions and will cause certain hormones to be released, which will actually lower your cortisol and balance out your insulin. Now, we did a whole lesson on that. You can go check that out. But beyond that, you want to be eating enough, making sure you're not accidentally going into this starvation mode. So that's easy. That's the first fix. Now, it's physical. We're going to get down the road. Some are physical, some are mental. We're going to talk about those. The second thing is you've got to probably reduce your exercise. I shouldn't say that. You've got to exercise correctly. Most women are exercising too much. If you don't eat enough and you exercise too much, man, that's like starving yourself. So that's super stressful. Now, if you're exercising too much, that's stressful. All exercise is stressful. So you could be doing the wrong type, and the type you're doing is too stressful. You could be doing the wrong amount. You're doing too much, and so it's too stressful. Or you're doing the wrong intensity. It's too intense. So the more you do, the more stress. The higher the intensity, the more stress. If you're doing certain types of exercise, the more stress. And so what happens is we have this calorie mindset, which you've got to get away from. You've got to forget about this calorie balance. The body is infinitely more complex than that. What's happened is women, they'll exercise more and they'll exercise harder, and they crank their cortisol, and it stops them from losing fat. And in fact, they get this menopause belly because their cortisol is running too high. So exercise is like a medicine. It's not that less is more. It's not that more is better. It's the sweet spot. You have to do the right type. You have to do the right amount at the right intensity. This is not a one-size-fits-all, and it will change as your body changes. Someone who's majorly stressed, they might need to start with very gentle exercise. As they lose body fat and they turn some of these chemical reactions around in their body, well, then they might be able to add more exercise or different types of exercise. It's always it's a individual thing. It's got to be customized, and it has to meet you where you're at. Similarly, the exercise and the food, they need to balance. If you're not eating enough, then you can't do much exercise. If you want to do more exercise because you just like it so much, then you have to eat more to support that so that you don't cause your cortisol to go too high. Very, very important. Let's look at the third way to get rid of this menopause belly, and that is you've got to get enough sleep. Insufficient sleep will completely wreak havoc with your body. Your cortisol, your ghrelin, your leptin, your adiponectin, these are all fat-burning hormones. They're hormones that will cause hunger, cravings, everything. So if you're not getting good sleep and consistent sleep, again, these are physical things that you can actually fix, check the box, which will significantly lower your cortisol, which will alleviate or get rid of menopause belly. You always want to start with the low-hanging fruit, and that's what these things are. You can control what you eat. You can control your exercise. You can control your sleep. And so you want to start with these things because these are the foundation. What you can't necessarily control, although we're going to talk about this, is what's going on around you. But these things you can absolutely control, and therefore you always want to start with these, make sure they're in alignment so that you're doing the best you can to keep your stress and cortisol low in the body to avoid menopause belly. Sleep, you should be getting either 7, 8, or 9 hours-ish per night. Different people have different requirements. You should try to go to bed at the same time every night. You should absolutely get up at the same time every morning to train your circadian rhythms. And then you want to do all the things that you've heard about before bed. Avoid screen time. Don't do anything stressful, like watching the news and getting all bent out of shape. If you have a lot on your mind, write it down so that you can just relax your mind. You may want to journal before bed or do some sort of aromatherapy or listen to calming music. Anything that you can do. You want to make sure the temperature is right, that it's not a lot of bright lights or, street lights shining in. You want a nice dark room as well. Everything you can do to maximize your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep is going to be vital. Now, let's look at the fourth and final thing, and that is mindset. This is interesting because it's invisible. Most people struggle with this. They're not sure what to do. Most people don't teach this correctly. Here's really how it works, though. You can't control what's going on around you, whether it's a traffic jam or your kids are doing something or your spouse is doing something or whatever's happening around you. That's going to happen. That's life. What you can control is your attitude towards it, your perception of it, and how you react to it. Those things will determine if the situations cause you to feel stressed or not. Most people believe that if something is happening that's stressful, that they are not in control of their emotions and that it's just going to be stressful. Two people could be in the same situation, like a traffic jam, and one person is completely stressed out by it, and the other person is super relaxed, not stressed out at all. The only difference is their perception, their attitude towards it, and how they're reacting to it. And so what you want to look at is, again, you want to do everything that you have control over. You have control over your attitude towards situations. You have your control over how you perceive certain situations. You certainly have control over how you react to certain situations. So it is in your best interest to really work on your mindset, not just so you have better feelings, but so that your cortisol goes down and you don't have menopause belly and you actually improve your health and you live longer. I mean, if I could explain just how bad stress is for the body, we'd be here for hours, if not days. Stress is so terrible for the body. Anything you can do mentally to where you can walk through life and situations don't automatically stress you out or dictate how you're feeling, the better off you're going to be, the more in control you're going to be. And this is just going to get rid of menopause belly. That's like the aesthetic benefit. So this is not complex. Why the belly happens is very simple. I explained it. Things you can do to avoid it, very simple. But you have to do them. You have to take control. You have to take responsibility. You've got to actually implement. Now, if you're not sure how to do these things, you ought to get with an expert that understands this so that you're not making these mistakes that you think you're doing everything right. You are slaving away, eating healthy, very disciplined, very strict, but yet you still have the menopause belly or you can't lose weight. It's all interconnected. You really want to get this figured out so that it doesn't cause so much headache, really. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to splash up 2 videos. Go watch these videos right now. There's 2 links in the description, one for a fat loss quiz and a fat loss masterclass. Go click those links right now. And I'll see you over there on the other videos. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.